Welcome once again to another mildly electrifying, high-flying, Rolex-wearing, nah, I'm not going to bust the Ric Flair action out, episode of the Throne of Angels video blog. As always, I am your host, Mr. Derek Osborne, here to show you a world in miniature. So, joined today by Lotso. Can't forget Lotso. Lord Cthulhu's in timeout. He was not nice last week. Bad guy. Last episode, we kind of went over hobby burnout, right? I talked a little bit about hobby burnout, my top 3 ways of dealing with hobby burnout, and really kind of how to get out of the funk. So, what did I do? Well, I went and I launched the very first Throne of Angels of the Host Army Challenge, right? AC1 is what I've been calling it in the chat. I posted up in my Facebook group, really just kind of a simple thing. Hey, I want to basically get a few guys together and do a hobby challenge, right? A little army challenge. So we decided to do basically a small challenge, right? What I did to start out with is I got a bunch of guys to essentially volunteer to join the challenge. It's myself and 3 others. Jeff, Maurice, and Randon. Jeff has since had to drop out due to some family issues. We wish him the best. I know he'll be back probably for the next one because the next one is already lined up. But what we did is I went and put up a poll of a number of gaming systems that were suggested by the various contestants, challengers, participants, whatever you want to call us. I don't think I put anything up. In fact, I'm almost positive I didn't put anything up. I took 3 or 4 suggestions from everybody else, put them up in a poll, and then posted it around some various groups and got a lot more votes than I was expecting, to be honest with you. So there was a tie for first place, Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, and then third place was Infinity. So the rules state you can pick any of the top 3 if you don't have Armies for the first one or the second one or whatever. The rules are posted up on the Facebook group. I'll throw a link below and you guys can check it out if you haven't already. So essentially, Warhammer 40,000 won, and 3 of the 4 of us decided to do 40k armies. And Maurice was like, I'm going to do Age of Sigmar. And then Maurice was like, wait a minute, you guys are all doing 40k? I'm going to do 40k. I've got something crazy I can do. And so he's got something crazy he can do. Now, part of the requirement to take part in the Army Challenge is to essentially submit videos on a weekly basis of your progress. So I'm going to play those right after this. We'll start with Maurice, and then we'll go to Grim, and then we'll finish with mine. And at that point, we're off and running, right? We're headed off into the painting sunset, so to speak. Now, what I did was took an old project that I had sitting in a box that's essentially kind of been sitting around for 2 or 3 years. And it's called the Black Lions. It's a Chaos Marine list that revolves around a guy by the name of Vortigern. He was, I believe, a chapter master for one of the Dark Angels chapters in the Horus Heresy, and he went rogue, renegade, right, fallen. So I am doing a small fallen force with some support from some Noise Marines and a couple of other things. So you'll see that in my recap in what I am doing. And with that, why don't we just jump straight in, keep this episode nice and short, and we will essentially look at what every single one of us is starting out with.
Hey everyone, this is Maurice. I live in Maryland, near DC, and I am really excited to take part in the Angels of the Host painting challenge, the first one. Really excited to help Derek this event. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the army that I'm going to be working on. As you saw with the poll, the top 3 choices were 40k, Age of Sigmar, and Infinity. And the only one of those I really play is Age of Sigmar. So I was like, after Derek and Rand picked 40k as well to work on, I was like, well, kind of don't want to be the only person doing something by myself, so maybe I'll do 40k too. And I thought to myself, is there a way that I could, not have to buy a ton of models for this? And I was like, oh wait, I have a bunch of Tzeentch stuff that I can use for Thousand Suns. And so let me show you this unorthodox Thousand Suns army that I'm going to put together for the competition. So this is the army that I'm going to be working on for the next couple of months. It's that Thousand Suns, as I said, but there are no actual Space Marines, which is fun. Basically, I'm going to do a Exalted Sorcerer on disc here. I think this guy's going to be either another Exalted Sorcerer or a Zongor Sorcerer. I've got 10 Zongor here. I'm going to work on 3 Screamers and then 9 Enlightened on disc, which should be pretty cool. So I may eventually get some Space Marines go in there as well, some actual rubrics or something like that, which would be neat. But for now, I'm just going to work on these. And I think I'm going to do a lot of contrast and then dry brushing, kind of in the artist opus style, right? Using as much dry brush, the makeup brushes as possible, to make this as quick and easy as I can and get some cool army-wide results. All right, thanks.
Hey, you kids, listen up. Name's Grim. Oh boy, Ozzy got me roped into this Angel of the Horse Army Challenge. I chose Orcs, of course, because Orcs is the best. Ha ha! Now let's take a look at the forces. Alright. Here we go. Rock Pit Garrog, the Mega Butcher of Borkius Secundus. We got 10 boys. We got 10 Beast Snagger boys. We got Rock Pits, Death Dread, the Clacker, and a truck for the boys to get crumping. Best of luck to you all. Whoa!
Brothers, Lord Cypher has requested your assistance. You will join Lord Osmandius and follow him to the rendezvous point.
All right, Lord Osmandius here. We're going to take a look at what I've got worked up for my army for the Army Challenge. So if I didn't say it, we decided essentially on doing roughly combat patrol sized forces. So 500 points, 25 power level, give or take, right? I'm not keeping total track. I know I'm over point wise, but I want to do essentially kind of 2 squads, a character, a big thing, and maybe a vehicle or a second squad. So let's take a look real quick, shall we? All right, at the moment, my hobby desk is a complete mess, but we will be starting off with the Lord Cypher. I have obviously the plastic one and the metal one. I will probably paint both, and more than likely I'll use the plastic one because the metal one is wicked out of scale. Speaking of scale, we got some serious scale issues going on with the Fallen, right? So the Fallen actually have terrible scale issues, and I've got some models on order for a solution. But this is an old metal Dark Angel. This is a plastic Dark Angel. This is a Horus Heresy resin Forge World Dark Angel, and this is one of the new Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, excuse me. So is this guy. He's got, however, a Forge World Dark Angel's helmet on. So my plan was to mix and match my Fallen and my Chaos Marines and essentially have a little flavor going on. The unfortunate fact is that this guy is like 4 millimeters shorter than this guy, and when you put them, I've got a couple of them I put arms on, and I put them together, I put them next to each other, and they just look wrong. So these guys are getting the axe. I have a full squad of these guys, but they're getting the axe. The Horus Heresy models I was going to use, they're getting the axe as well. We'll probably see some of the Dark Angel chest pieces in this other solution that I have on order, but we'll check that out next video. I've got as backup, some Noise Boys, right? Noise Marines. I love the Noise Marines. Not a huge Emperor's Children guy, but I really enjoy Noise Marines. They're like classically crazy. So what I've done is I've taken the old, what was this, Dark Vengeance Chosen, right? So I've got a couple of Dark Vengeance Chosen that have been converted to be Noise Marines, and then I'm going to take a couple, 2-3 of the current Chaos Space Marines and do the same thing, convert them over to Noise Marines. So I'll have a squad of 5 Noise Marines, 10 Fallen, 2 Ciphers, and then I've got this big bad boy. I started him a while ago, the Hellbrute. Obviously this is a quick assemble one from the Dark Vengeance box set. He's still cool. I've got another one that I need to convert up and have some fun with. And then finally, I am either going to do revisit the Chosen that I had started. Right, I've got the unit of 7 models over here that, in my opinion, are just super badass. These models are great, even though they're, you know, one part, one pose. I'm either going to do those guys or I'm going to do a Mauler Fiend. And the Mauler Fiend is in the box over on the floor to my right. So I'm not going to show them to you because, well, if you guys know what 40K is, you know what a Mauler Fiend is. With that, yeah, that's the overview of my small force. Again, I know I'm probably over points, whether or not I play this army, I have no idea. But it's something kind of to break a slump. And just really quick, I need one of these. If any of you guys have one of these, I'm short one for an entire squad. So, with that, let's hit that wrap right quick. Finishing up with that wrap. One of the things that I wanted to do for this challenge was incentivize people, right? Essentially, I stated that whoever completes the challenge, I'll make t-shirts and everybody will get a t-shirt. If you don't complete the challenge, you don't get a t-shirt. That's in the rules. They're posted below. And to me, this is more fun than anything else, right? I've done army challenges with Randon and some other guys in the past. Randon actually is the guy who I do the most painting challenges with. I think we've done like 5 or 6. This might be our 6th one. But in the past, there's been nothing on the line. There's been cash on the line. There's been models on the line. This time, there's nothing on the line, but there's a prize if you finish, right? You get a t-shirt. And I'll have a special graphic made, and it'll be a Throne of Angels t-shirt, and, you know, the guys will be able to wear it at conventions or game stores or whatever, and have a good time and kind of represent this little occasion. And so some of you out there probably thinking, well, how do I take part? Well, do your own, right? Do your own. This one's locked down, it's closed. Obviously, we started over a week ago. And the next one will be probably the end of Q2, beginning of Q3 of 2022. I will do the same thing. I'll post up, hey, who wants to take part in AC2? And that one will have very specific parameters. We've already got the parameters worked out for that one. It's going to be crazy. Crazy. So follow along with what we're doing here. Next episode, we'll probably have some of my regular random hobby stuff in it, but there will always be, for the next 8 weeks or so, there will be weekly check-ins with the Angels of the Host Army Challenge 1. So keep your eye out for those. And then on the flip side, well, we're not going to see you in 2, we'll see you in 1. Woo!